First, want to congratulate football. It's awesome to see that they're going to a bowl. Levy, what he's doing, I'm really happy for him and have great support for him and watching how they're changing that culture. So for those guys to be rewarded, just brought great news to the week. And then obviously proud of my young women as it's finals week, as I've expressed. They've busted butt in the classroom, and then we've had 2 good days of practice, and then obviously getting ready for a great Southern Miss game. With that being said, again, I'm challenging my fan base to come out and support a time when all students are going home, people are leaving. Obviously, my young women and the schedule we put together was to play as many home games here in December. So please understand that your support and energy is everything as we try to finish up this break before Christmas.
I know it's kind of a weird time because you're trying to ramp things up with SEC play is 2 weeks away. You've still got some games. You've still got a road game to play, but it's also finals week. In your 4 years as head coach, what have you done to try and manage that and try and keep the players focused on their studies as well as building up the intensity?
No, it's hard. It's human nature. That's a great question. That's why you hear an energy and a passion from me right now. Finish. When you do look in my last 3 years here, we've won some really close games finishing to Christmas. It's human nature, that 5-day break, because, again, in basketball, we're different than all the other sports. When you look at football and volleyball and even baseball, they get the holidays most of the time. Now, football has bowl games, so I shouldn't say football, but there's not that break. Right? So human nature is to want to go home, but you can't let your mind go there, especially us. This is an SEC opponent going on the road. We're a marquee game for a lot of opponents where this is their Super Bowl. This is their hype. So we got to make sure we're locked in, have great practices, and again, remember to focus on us. And that's where you've been hearing a consistent message from me from December. Winning's hard. You got to make sacrifices, and that's what I've challenged my team to your question too is, now that school's out, come in and get 100 free throws on your own, right? We can get better than that. I'm not asking you to kill yourself. Come in here and get with your coach and know the play's even better than what you have. Let's take it up a notch and watch how much better we get in December so that we are ready for SEC play.
Yeah, just with 4 games left until SEC play starts, what are you looking for from your team in those 4 games? Obviously, winning is at the forefront.
Yeah.
But what do you hope to see in those 4 games?
Yeah, kind of like last game, the focus. Again, I was really pleased for a 4-quarter focus. We kept on talking about that. Also talked about having better practices, which I believe we've had. We had 2 this week during finals week where we're really good. So that makes me really happy, especially when their minds are really stressed and pushed to the limit. They showed up for me. Today's an off day, and then tomorrow will be a big test to see how they bounce back. And again, just consistent behavior. I try to preach to them, success doesn't happen without proper preparation. And so that's where I know you guys getting tired of me saying this, practices have to get better, commitment outside of your craft, because right now outside of basketball, they're a college student. There is nothing else to do besides watch movies and chill and rehab. So might as well put all 2 feet in and let's get better. And then one thing I do during the holidays, every 3 weeks, I have a player development meeting because that's big in our program is developing. So who you were at the start of the year to who you become at the end of the year. My staff did a great job with the clip tape. We can go over strengths and weaknesses, and then it's a time for them just to reflect. Where is my game at? What things I need to work on? So that's a lot of the things that are going on behind the scenes with our program right now.
You mentioned development. Take us through the development of Destiny. The fact that now she's being asked, sometimes even told, you're the dog. You're the one out there to set the tone for this team. How has she handled that, and you're still pushing her to be more assertive out there?
Yeah, I like right where she's at right now. I think she's at a great spot because you don't want to push too hard because I think what also separates great players is their ability to pass. Right now, Destiny has 29 assists to 16 turnovers. So if you're the opposing team, you know that she's a major threat. But at the same time, if we blitz her, she also can get off the ball, right? So I want to make sure I'm clear in the message, right? Stay aggressive, but like I've been telling all my young women, play the game the right way. One thing I've been preaching, back to your question, Sam, is, again, an area we have to improve is if 3 people are back in transition, we got to move the ball. All right, we got to be better, right? I'm trying to challenge them in that area. So to your part, I want you to be aggressive, but if you play the game the right way, we have plenty of people. I mean, we're almost at 5 people in double-figure scoring that can score the ball. So when the game's played the right way, then success happens, and that's more of the message I'm preaching right now. But I'm happy where she's at.
Kind of adding on top of that, with having somebody who can cut into the paint the way that she does, as well as space the floor and shoot the three.
Yeah.
How much does that give you a boost in, what you've talked about earlier this season of trying to address, a stagnant offense or getting mugged up or
mucked up. Yeah. I think I'm really pleased with the offense right now. We're moving and cutting. We're still understanding people's strengths, to your point, but the game of basketball comes to, okay, when you need a player to make a play, you got to have some kids who can it has nothing to do with a coach. It has nothing to do with a set, and that's who Destiny is. I mean, we've watched it for 2 years. The young lady, even that last game, late shot clock, I meant to cross over, step back, and I know it was a bank. Some young women can't even get a shot off when they hear 3, 2. They just panic and sling it. She was still poised to get off a great shot. And that's what big-time players do, and that's who she is. And then what I love about her, too, is, our SID department's done a great job with highlight videos. Some of the passes that she's made in transition when things have got stagnant or you need a big bucket, she's able to drive and just throw that thing up. And for other people, it's a bad pass, but for her, it's a great pass. So it's fun to coach. It's fun to watch. And I'm just glad that she's in a great spot. But I'm here to tell you, she's the first one to tell you, it's her teammates, too. She loves her teammates. She's high-fiving them. They're appreciating that, their other efforts, because if they play the way they do, then obviously it makes it easier for her. So we're in a really good spot, but at the same time, we got a Southern Miss team. I know we haven't got a chance to talk about them yet, so I'm going to go ahead and start, flipping that page, that I have a ton of respect for. Their starting 5 is as good as probably Texas Tech, who we played earlier. So from that first 5, we're going to be challenged. A bunch of P4 transfers, kids who've played at Auburn. One played here at Mississippi State. One played at Arkansas. One played at Charlotte. Each one of them, if you look at their statistics, have had 20-point games. They've been battle-tested, and then they're well-coached. So we're going to have our work cut out. And, again, that's why you hear from me. Our fans know when I'm on there saying, I need your support. I do. I don't, the basketball, you don't take it for granted. Every game matters. Obviously, both of us are trying to compete to get to March, and this is just another game to put on our resume. That means a lot, but most importantly, protect home.
Yeah, I was going to ask a couple questions about Southern Miss.
Yeah.
First, the coach, Missy Bilderback. Are you familiar with her or have any connections with her?
I do. We have a great relationship. So, again, what's cool about the state is people. So when I first got the job, she was a junior college coach. She was one of the first ones to reach out to me, and I reached out to her. So just a great appreciation for that first phone call. And then just get to know her as a person. Last year we went to her when she was the head coach at ULM, which she was forever grateful, because most people wouldn't travel and do home-and-home games. And I come from a cloth from Jeff Walls where that's where women's basketball's got to take the next step. You got to take your product on the road. You got to take it to other places. So a lot of Power 4 program coaches are scared because of what could happen, and that's not good for the game. So for me to go there last year, and she almost beat me. She did a great job. It was right before Christmas, what we just talked about, Colin, right? But she also had her kids in the right mindset, and a lot of those kids transferred her to Southern Miss. So, again, that's why I have a ton of respect for that program, how quick she's turned it around after a tough situation for the coach who was there before, who passed away, God bless, for her cancer, and she was a special lady, but how she's come in and done it with pride, dignity, and honor. Right? So I have a ton of love for who she is as a person, again, from how she's treated me the first day and then just watching her coach over the last 4 years.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Just what do you think about the turnaround they've had after Joy passed away and to elevate the program back to where it is right now?
Yeah. No, again, that's where it's great to see. I've talked about this several times. State of Mississippi doesn't necessarily get the respect it deserves on a national stage. And in order to get that respect, all of us in-state programs need to do our job. So it's great to see someone like Southern Miss at 7-3 and winning and getting it back, because they have a rich history of success when you look at their past. Again, it's again just a lot of respect for someone who come in kind of like I did and take a program that had someone before them that was really well thought of, but doing it the right way where you honor the past, but at the same time doing it for who you are as the head coach. And that's what I admire about her. I admire her how they've come out the gate and really punched people in the face and played. And again, I can't say enough about their team, especially their starting five. To put a starting five like that in today's transfer portal, kids similar to ours who were looking for a new opportunity and a new chance, and then now they're seasoned it. It's going to be one heck of a game here Sunday.
You talked about Destiny and the love she has for her teammates, and just from our perspective, it seems like whenever they come in here, that's very apparent. They enjoy playing together, and I know that's cool. The environment that you try and foster.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, in the wake of tough games, or like the Texas Tech trip, the way you were able to rebound from that and then pick up the intensity again?
As far as what? To kind of elaborate.
Have you seen that factor in their ability to bounce back and after that game and try and pick up the intensity in practice as well?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Alcorn, Middle Tennessee State was time to get out for Thanksgiving. And I thought again. There was a level we needed to get to answer your question. I think I started in December saying we needed to change behavior in practice. So I think that's where it really started. I was pleased for Thanksgiving, but I think the loss from Texas Tech really started occurring on December 1st when I came in here and was like, hey, we're kind of in a set stage where if we're going to take this to the next level, practices have to get better. That Texas Tech loss, again, for me was focus. First quarter was phenomenal. Second quarter was a school record low, 2 points. I don't think I've ever experienced a game like that where in women's basketball, if you put up a 30-point quarter, that's a heck of a statement. Like 40 would be outstanding. 30 is that's some good basketball. It's hard to get 30. And then to turn around and score 2, I mean, that's from one high to a low. So to try to answer your question correctly, again, my focus or my word was just focus for them. Right? They didn't like the loss, but I told them, again, you're playing the game, but you're not playing it as good as we can. So get our practices better. So that's where Destiny, Chandler, my upperclassmen, my board, even my freshmen, Jayla Lampley has been outstanding, Madison Francis, they just keep pouring. And then here's somebody who doesn't get enough credit is Trey. We don't talk about her enough. All right, Trey does a lot of big things for this team that never shows up in a stat sheet. Like when her opportunities to pass the ball and knock down a shot, she's doing it at 43% from the three-point line, and she's not even hunting shots. She's got 25 assists to 13 turnovers. She's just a smooth operator, and in our team meetings, our team's already voiced to her, like, Trey, speak up more because we all listen to you. You gather us. You get us in sets. You keep us together. So I know I've kind of went off script here, but I also want to give her flowers too.
What'd you think of the video that went out yesterday? Your daughter mic'd up.
Oh, man, I was scared when they said they wanted to do it. Obviously, as a father, that I know my kid, right? So it's cool to everybody else to see what I get to see every day. But I'm going to take it from two lenses. One, as a dad, it's cool because, again, that's my little girl. And I coach women's basketball, and I tell people all the time, yeah, I get paid to do this, but my heart and my passion is bigger than just my paycheck. I have 3 little girls at home who aspire to play the sport at the highest level. So for me to give back to my women now, I want the game to be better because my daughters are coming next. And then the other lens is it's just what I always say is from a coaching aspect, I tell my young women on the team, I'm laughing at her dancing, which that's not from her father. She watches our players on the bench. She mimics them, and I always tell them, you don't understand the influence you all have as role models. And I know they're like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I have 3 little girls at home. The stuff they say and the stuff they watch you put on social media and how you act on the bench, you have a little kid in the stand that's watching. And one of them happened to be my daughter. So it's cool to get on camera. I think my players understand it more because they're like, oh, my God, like she did this one, 3 thing I think Destiny does or Jayla does. And that's my daughter. So that part was cool from 2 different lenses.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you.